But of course it didn't work because you didn't really do what we told you to do. Yes, you spent a lot of money, and yes, admittedly, we were very vague about what we meant by spending a lot of money, but you didn't spend it right. And I think that this is one of the core issues about big government spending programs that is often missed, is that the reality of the bill that is passed never even resembles the idea of the bill that was presented. You know, the first stimulus bill, the first $700 billion bailout, right, that Paulson wanted and was eventually moved through Congress, he explicitly wanted a bill that was no more than 4 pages in length, 4 to 10 pages in length, something that every single Congress member could read and understand, and it would stop there. The end product, more than 400 pages in length. I perused some of it. It's completely ridiculous. It has provisions such as that they wanted the tax structure on arrows that are not greater than a certain length and unlacquered would not receive the same tax and tariff structure as other. I mean, come on! The level of petty, I'm not even big issue special interest groups, this petty special interest group activity that is involved in these kinds of things is tremendous. And the more recent bailout bill, how big is it? I lost track after about 1,000 pages. The thing is just unbelievable. Not a single one of our representatives knows that whole thing back and forward, let alone has any inkling of what the unintended consequences of it are going to be, because you can't think that fast. You can't think that fast through 1,000 pages to say, okay, well, this is going to be the immediate effect here, but how is that going to set up the incentive structure? How are people going to respond? How are people going to try to get around this? What in the end of the day is going to happen? No one knows. No one knows. And another thing?
We have one more before another thing. We have a question coming in from Blog TV. Allie333, she's asking, what about the Tree of Life? And I'm curious if you have any ideas about how the Tree of Life would relate to this. In my own mind, the Tree of Life is a symbol of Gaia. A wonderful depiction of Gaia has been done by an artist named Alex Gray. And if you look him up online, Google him, and look up Gaia.
Actually, I know exactly the one you're talking about. Yeah, it's lovely.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
I hate to do this. I don't think I know enough to answer the question, but I'm curious though if that person could Twitter us a little bit more on what exactly they mean. Where do you mean for the connection to be? Tell me a little bit more. What do you really asking me?
You're welcome to connect in with Twitter and Twitter us a question, or you can come to our private radio show chat room and you can type in anything there. And the radio show chat room is at realcoachingradio.com. Again, that's www.realcoachingradio.com. So yes, please elaborate on your question about the Tree of Life. And if you have a chance, also look up Alex Gray's depiction of Gaia, which is, it's amazing.
It is. I absolutely agree. I actually have a postcard of it. In fact, I have a postcard of it right here, come to mention it. Yeah. So it is really quite lovely. Quite lovely. We can take one moment, though, as they come back on that question. And while you were chatting, I took a quick look at the etymology of the word failure, which was something that people were asking about. And it's interesting. It's not quite what I expected. Let me just read it real quick. This is from the Online Etymology Dictionary, one of my favorite websites. And it says that that failure actually stems from the root to be wanting. I think that's very interesting. I mean, in a sense, that implies failure means to be wanting. The root is to want. It's about wanting. I like that. There's again, deeply Buddhist aspect there, right? That sense of the meaningless of failure, right? It's only because you're wanting more. which is interesting because it implies that whenever you want more, you've got a sense of failure, right? So maybe the greatest success is the joy that comes with loving what you have. Anyway, that's just a quick mention.
That's fabulous. Totally fabulous.
Yeah,
Can you just tell us the website that you look up, your favorite website where you look this stuff up?
Oh yeah, it's great. You got to check it out. It's called the Online Etymology Dictionary, and it's just www.etymonline. So that's ETYMONLINE.com. One of my favorites. It's probably the site I go to second only to Wikipedia. I adore this website. It's just wonderful.
And what's its difference as opposed to Wikipedia?
It's just a different thing. It's like an online dictionary, really, but what it does is it tells you the origins of words. It tells you all about where words come from, how long they've been in use, where they were first used, what it means in a grander sense. Like, for example, here I'll just read the whole entry for fail. So the word fail enters the English language circa 1225 from Old French, failure, which is to be lacking, to miss, not to see. And this is from Old Latin, which is fallere, from fallere, to deceive, to be lacking or defective. Versus Old English, and it goes on and on. In other places, I was looking also at default, and that's where I got the notion of failure being connected to want, just that sense of lacking something. I love that. I love that. And it's amazing how much you can learn about language just from its backdrop. I know this is way off topic, but I just got to throw down another quick etymology story. There's a phrase that sometimes people will mention back from the Bible that says, "My Lord prevented me." What's interesting about that is, at the time when the Bible was translated, then prevent actually had the opposite meaning of what it has today. The reason is because prevent means, pre means in front of, and vent is like wind, and so to prevent is the same way that you drafting, it's like it's clearing away, allowing something to pass by more quickly, more easily. And our modern sense of prevent is to obstruct, to get in the way of. There are many words like this that have completely inverted over time. But if you're going to have a religious text, I think it's kind of important to be aware of what was meant at the time it was written, as opposed to what is meant as we interpret it now. Anyway, that's just a sort of throwaway.
Totally fabulous. I want to touch, we have about 10 minutes left, and I want to take a chance to touch in with all of our listeners who have just joined us. You're listening to the Asia Certified